To begin at the beginning. It is spring moonless night in the small town, starless and Bible black. The cobbled streets silent and the hunched quarters and rabbit's wood limping invisible down to the slow black, crow black fishing boat bobbing sea. The houses are blind as moles, though moles see fine tonight in the snouting velvet dingles. Or blind as Captain Cat, there in the muffled middle by the pump and the town clock, the shops in mourning, the welfare hall in widow's weeds. And all the people of the lulled and dumbfound town are sleeping now. Dylan Thomas was describing a town in Wales where he grew up. What he chooses to describe tells us what's important to him, like the cobbled streets or the wood coming down to the sea. And the way he describes it helps us feel that it's night time. Of course, houses can't see, but telling us they're blind as moles builds the picture the writer wants us to make in our heads. In this programme, we're going to think about poems that compare and describe and make pictures. What do you see when you look around you?
Standing at the water's edge with Rathlin in my sight, I see the beauty of the world on a winter night, crashing, bashing, dashing, splashing as waves at shore collide. I feel the smoothness of the stones softened by time and tide, smelling salt and seaweed as I hear a seagull cry. Let me always remember this as life goes rushing by. Standing at the water's edge with Rathlin in my sight, I feel the beauty of the world tonight.
Here I am. What kind of a world is this? It is so dark I can hardly see my hand in front of my face. The only light is coming from the internet's flashing screen. In a book, I have seen giant things that are green and brown. They loom over the children in the book, offering friendship. But did they really exist? I speak to my best friend, Louise, on the internet. She says she is famished, will soon die of hunger. All the boredom of eating cue balls of protein. My room is very small. It is like being trapped in a cage of gloom, never getting one breath of fresh air. At night, I have to sleep on the cold stone floor, only an old rugged blanket to give me warmth. I lie awake at night, petrifying thoughts running through my mind. I shudder and pull the blanket over my head. Sometimes I wish I was in this thing called a park. When will this terrible tragedy ever end?
Poems can mix different pictures and images together, like in this poem by Richard Edwards. The green scarf, Mr. Williams, hanging behind your door, thinks it's a snake. Be careful, Mr. Williams. Treat your green scarf kindly. Treat it well. Don't crush it, Mr. Williams. Don't trail it in the dirt. Don't sit on it. The green scarf, Mr. Williams, hanging behind your door, thinks it's a snake. You could look at that scarf and see a snake if you didn't know any better. No, surely not. But comparing like this can help you express how you feel about things.
My fear is as red as the morning sun. It tastes like black burnt crisps, smells like onions, looks like a very strong storm, sounds like a scream in the middle of the night, feels like I am lying in a rose bush.
My
finger is as red splattered paint. It tastes like cold flat milk. It smells like bad coloured cheese. My anger looks like a runaway rat, sounds like a squealing mouse, and it feels like the horn of a bull hitting me.
Fear. My fear is as black as the midnight sky. It tastes like cinnamon chewing gum. It smells like a bullet and looks like a gun. It feels rough and hairy and not very comfortable.
When you say something smells like a bullet, then you're using a simile. Making comparisons like this can help you describe the world in a different way. I wrote this next poem after seeing a man at a building site and wondering what his life was like. "Look," said the boy, "the scaffold man at work is like a spider on his net." "No," said the scaffold man, "I'm just a fly in the trap the spider set." The boy said the scaffold man is like a spider on his net. That's a simile. But the man replied, "I am a fly." That's what we call a metaphor. We use metaphors all the time, like, don't be nosy, you're a pain in the neck, the arm of the chair. I mean, it's not really an arm, is it? But we say it so often, we've stopped thinking about what it actually means. But new and surprising metaphors can really make people see things differently. For example, if you were writing a poem about a rubbish dump, what if you said it was like a bedroom?
My bedroom. Disgusting. Revolting. Yuck. Maggots are all creeping up. Slimy, stinky seagulls flying around.
Massive high mountains of rotten bags of chips.
Toxic waste burning your hands like a fireball of flames.
People dumping waste without a care.
A soggy, messy pizza box stares me in the face.
Street dogs searching for food, their eyes fierce and gleaming.
A volcano erupting with filth and clothes. Sweaty, smelly socks. Where do I start? What shall I do? My mum is coming up the stairs.
There's no escape. Sticky squash bottles cling to my feet.
Help!
Writing a poem that describes well means choosing. It matters which words you choose for your descriptions. But what you choose to describe will also express a feeling, even if you don't say what that feeling is. Our first poem described a small town waiting for morning. This last one describes a city as evening begins. So listen to the particular things the poet is describing and think about how they make you feel. The winter evening settles down with smells of steaks in passageways. 6 o'clock. The burnt-out ends of smoky days, and now a gusty shower wraps the grimy scraps of withered leaves about your feet and newspapers from vacant lots. The showers beat on broken blinds and chimney pots, and at the corner of the street, a lonely cab horse steams and stamps, and then the lighting of the lamps.